Gina Brion, and all the rest. Thanks to Ben Platt and Preacher Lawson. Next week, 11 more acts. It's the fight for the finals. I'm Terry Crews. Good night, America.
America's Got Talent, live Tuesday and Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on NBC. From your local weather authority.
We are heating up for the unofficial end of summer, entering triple-digit territory once again, starting tomorrow. This year, 62 days already of 100-degree or warmer highs, and now we're going to set a new record. After we tie tomorrow, even warmer temperatures headed our way for the Labor Day holiday. A live look through the Kauai Health Valley Cam right now shows the calm conditions we have throughout the valley. It is 74 there, 80 in Fresno right now, but the warmer weather is on the way. Check that out, 104 is in the forecast for the Labor Day holiday. We've got all the details on the temperatures where you live coming up in your full local weather authority forecast. KC 24 News at 11 starts now.
Local news that matters. This is KC 24 News at 11.
A man dies in custody after police say he shot his ex-girlfriend and then carjacked a family in Fresno County. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shauna Kalafi. Police say that man shot his ex-girlfriend in the face near Selma and then stole a car with a mother and 4 children inside. He was later arrested near Peach and Butler. KC 24's Liv Johnson has the details.
Chief Paco Balderrama says the suspect resisted arrest. When they finally got him into handcuffs, they say they noticed he was having what they describe as medical problems, and he died at the hospital an hour later.
The issue appears to be that this is something related to drug abuse and perhaps excited delirium.
Fresno Police Chief Paco Balderrama explaining the death of a man in police custody on Saturday afternoon. He says it started in Selma when he shot his ex-girlfriend in the face, then carjacked a vehicle with a mother and her 4 children inside.
That vehicle made its way towards Fresno. One of the children was, from what I understand, very, very smart and actually faked an asthma attack to where the suspect pulled over and kicked the family out of the vehicles. According
to police, the suspect then drove to a neighborhood in southeast Fresno where he began knocking on doors and appeared to be under the influence of drugs. When officers arrived, Balderrama says a group of officers tried to handcuff him, but he resisted. So they used a taser and eventually used 3 handcuffs to detain him. The suspect was still talking, breathing, was still being combative with the officers, tried to kick him several times. Balderrama says officers began noticing he was suffering from medical issues while emergency personnel arrived on the scene. The suspect was then taken to CRMC where he died an hour later. Officials say the suspect is a convicted gang member on parole with an active warrant. Balderrama says he's seen body camera footage and does not believe officers acted inappropriately. The officers are simply trying to talk to this person, trying to get him to calm down, asking him for his arms, trying to get him, cuffed and secured, at which point he starts having medical complications. The 4 officers on the scene are now on leave while the incident is investigated by the homicide unit, city attorneys, and Office of Independent Review. At last update, the suspect's ex-girlfriend who was shot is in critical condition at a hospital near Selma. The woman and children from the carjacking are safe, and they're being interviewed by Fresno County Sheriff's Office, who is going to take over the investigation into the attempted homicide, carjacking, and kidnapping. Reporting in Fresno, I'm Liv Johnson, KC 24, local news that matters.
In the North Valley, a man was arrested in Merced County last night after deputies say he shot and killed his ex-wife's current boyfriend and then drove off with him in the car. The shooting happened around 9:45 p.m. Friday near Hoskins Avenue and Sycamore Street in Delhi. Deputies searched the area and found the car with the victim inside and later found the suspect and took him into custody. The sheriff's office has not released the names of any of the people involved. And also in Merced County, police are looking for a man who they say stabbed someone multiple times this morning. 30-year-old Ryan Butler Vigil from Merced is wanted for attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Police say they found the stabbing victim just before 8 this morning on Lowborough Drive and R Street. They haven't shared the condition of that victim. If you see Vigil or know where he is, call the Merced Police Department. A terrifying morning for people staying at a Motel 6 in Fresno where a fire broke out. Crews had to rescue people who were trapped inside.
When I woke up, all I could hear was crackling. And when I woke up, there was a big bonfire in our front of our hotel room. So I tried to run out, but it was too hot to go out the room.
And Loya says firefighters managed to get him and his father out. The fire started around 7:30 this morning outside the Motel 6 on Blackstone and Ashland Avenue. The Fresno Fire Department says burning debris outside spread into the two-story building, damaging multiple units. At least 3 people were taken to the hospital with smoke inhalation. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. ksee 24 is your local election headquarters, and with just 10 days left until the governor's recall election, people on both sides are making their voices heard. A Stop the Recall rally was held today outside the Fresno County Democratic Party headquarters, urging people to vote no on the recall. They were phone banking and canvassing, encouraging voters to submit their ballots before the September 14th election to keep Governor Newsom in office.
The Republicans are counting on low voter turnout in order to have a chance at recalling the governor, and we don't intend to let that happen. We intend to make sure that our voters are getting out and every voice is heard here in this state.
You can vote by mail or in person by September 14th. The ballot has 2 parts, yes or no if Governor Newsom should be recalled, and the second vote is for one of more than 40 candidates running to replace him if he loses.
Extreme summer heat returns for the unofficial end of summer. We've got those triple-digit highs next in your local Weather Authority forecast. First, here's a look at your local allergy forecast from the BOSS Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center.
There's only one certified most accurate weather team.
A couple of days where the cool down is definitely coming our way.
Certified by Weather Rate, an independent agency rating every forecast every day.
Tonight, you can see it popping up on our radar already.
For 8 years, AJ Fox and your local weather authority is certified most accurate. Don't trust just any source for local weather. Trust us, because accuracy matters. The only certified accurate team, Central California's most accurate forecast every day on ksee 24.
Boost and Cricket charge more for unlimited 5G. Metro doesn't. Introducing the big 5G upgrade. Just $25 a month gets you unlimited 5G and a free 5G smartphone. That's half the price for 1 line of unlimited 5G smartphone data. Plus a free Samsung Galaxy 5G when you switch and trade in. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Rule your day with 5G. Only at Metro.
Labor Day weekend is on, and this Sunday you can save big.
During our massive Labor Day sale at More Furniture for Less.
Save hundreds on our newest in-stock fall arrivals.
And get your home ready for a new season of school, work, guests, and entertaining.
Furniture for every room in your home is on sale, but don't wait.
Our Labor Day sale prices won't last much longer.
Visit us during our special store hours, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
For 75 years, Whitey's Pets has been helping you find your new best friend. We carry leading brands of dog and cat food at great prices. Our expert staff will help, whether you're just starting out or have years of schooling. Whitey's carries all the supplies and accessories your new friend needs to be happy and healthy. Shy friends, furry friends, slippery friends, friendly friends. Whitey's Pets, open every day. The best service and selection for 75 years. Say, how long is that in dog years?
enough triple-digit days this summer, but we are going to have some more. It'll actually put us in a new record for the most 100-degree days or warmer in 1 year. 2021 is going down in the history books. This is the view from our Meadow Lakes Valley Cam, a time lapse through the day where you see these layers of smoke continue. The forecast holding that we do have more smoke generation down just to the south of Fresno. That'll keep smoke in the air into Larry County and Kern County, of course, too. A little more smoke filter. Strong, but it's not going to be good either. This while temperatures heat. We've got 97 for our high today here in Fresno, 96 in Visalia. Our average high this time of year is still 94 degrees. We were there just a couple days ago, and now we are headed back up into triple-digit territory. Air quality elsewhere right now includes fairly moderate conditions. You can see a few stations showing orange, indicating unhealthy air for sensitive groups. For the most part, San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District forecasting unhealthy air for sensitive groups through Fresno and Tulare counties with moderate air quality elsewhere. Meanwhile, satellite and radar showing generally clear conditions over our area above layers of smoke that tend to get a bit moderate at times. And going through the next 7 days, there are actually a couple chances for wet weather. They're very slight. It won't result in very much, but we are seeing some more humid air moving up into the central portion of the state. That'll include some warmer feeling temperatures thanks to the effect that humidity has on us, as well as some generally partly cloudy conditions at times too. Your renewable solar forecast dropping down a little bit as we go through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday from 27,000 megawatt hours to 24 for Monday and Tuesday. Still 7.6 and 7.7 on that solar power index of 0 to 10. Temperatures tonight, we are still looking at somewhat cool conditions because we have few 70s on the chart right now. However, in a couple more days, we're going to see those triple-digit highs followed by overnight lows in the 70s, which will just make it more uncomfortable. 102 for Fresno's high for tomorrow. We're headed even warmer for the Labor Day holiday. Monday, temperatures in spots like Hanford all the way up to 104, 101 to 100 degrees in Visalia. And here's a look at your extended forecast. With record heat, 64 days makes that record on Sunday, and then we take a look at 65, 66, and 67 for the new record with triple-digit highs all the way through Wednesday, 98 Thursday, and cooling slightly, and then back down to average with those overnight lows back to the 60s this time next weekend. Get a check of your local Weather Authority forecast anytime on our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
September is Hunger Action Month, and we're working with Feeding America to fight hunger here in the Valley by raising money for the Central California Food Bank. If you'd like to help, there's a link to donate at the top of our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Every little bit helps. Even $1 can provide up to 7 meals. Coming up next in sports, the Fresno State Bulldogs gave it their all this morning against a Pac-12 powerhouse. Julia Lopez has more. Hey, Julia.
Hey, Shauna, that's right. The Bulldogs were a 20-point underdog heading in, but they kept it a lot closer than that. We'll have highlights and a full report from Eugene, Oregon. Plus, Jalen Green stopped through his hometown for his first annual basketball camp. We're going to hear from the future NBA star next in Sports Central.
And now it's time to take a look at tonight's winning Super Lotto Plus numbers brought to you by Eagle Mountain Casino. They are 9, 11, 20, 30, 43, and 5. Good luck.
Years of exclusive coverage inside Fresno State. A tradition for Bulldog fans with stories and moments that matter most. The Bulldog Insider, Sunday on ksee 24. Sponsored by Fashion Furniture.
Win a trip to Hawaii in the Pro Football Challenge. Enter at yourcentralvalley.com.
Get an incredible summer offer on a new Honda, only at the Honda Summer Sales Event.
Here's what you need to know about the September 14th recall. Voting yes elects an anti-vaccine Trump Republican. Voting no keeps Gavin Newsom fighting the pandemic based on science, compassion, and common sense. And here's anti-vax Republican governor of California. So do your part to stop the spread. Every voter will receive a ballot in the mail. Mail your ballot or vote in person by September 14th. Vote no on the Republican recall.
I wanted to get vaccinated because football season's around the corner. Most of my family members are older, so being vaccinated helps me and them out.
Wanted to make sure he was covered. Now he should be okay going back to school. He was a little nervous, but he took it like a champ.
It didn't hurt at all. After I got vaccinated, I felt fine. Now I get to hang around family and friends and feel even safer.
Vaccinate your children 12 and over. Visit myturn.ca.gov.
It's back and bigger than ever. Ksee Gold's $1.45 million Golden Wheel of Cash. Now through October 29th, just spend a total of $3,000 and you could walk away a millionaire. Drawings are Thursdays and Fridays at 8, 9, and 10 p.m. During every drawing, 3 winners will be called to the stage to spin the wheel, and every spin wins cash prizes. Earn entries daily only at Ksee Gold Resort and Casino.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day, you make it feel alright. I'm waking up my day, waking up my day.
Get an incredible summer offer on a new Honda, only at the Honda Summer Sales Event.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Fresno State traveled to Eugene to face the Ducks for the 10th time in program history, but the last time the two played each other was back in 2012 when the Dogs lost 42-25. The head coach of that Bulldog team was Tim DeRuyter. DeRuyter now in his first season as the defensive coordinator at 11th ranked Oregon, facing his former team this morning. All eyes on Oregon's defensive end Kayvon Thibodeau, the potential #1 overall pick, sacks Jake Haener. Ball comes loose. Oregon recovers. Thibodeau would leave the game early with an ankle injury. That sets up this 2-yard touchdown run by C.J. Verdell. 6 until Haener finds Jalen Cropper from 17 yards out. 21-13 Oregon at the break. Third quarter, Haener calls his own number, gets in. They'd also get the 2-point conversion, so they tie it up at 21. Dogs take the lead in the fourth with a field goal. Haener on the run, but fumbles the ball. Ducks recover that. After Brown runs it in for the 30-yard touchdown. Bulldogs showing they can hang but come up short, falling 31-24. Sports Central's Andrew Martin was there and has this report from Autzen Stadium.
Kalen DeBoer came this close to getting a signature win early in his second season as Fresno State's head football coach. The Bulldogs came into this matchup with 11th ranked Oregon as 20.5-point underdogs. They lost by 7, but they led this game in the fourth quarter.
A big thing of the game is sudden change, and the offense, it is what it is. They give up the ball sometimes. It's football. Not everybody's perfect, but as a defense, we got to have their backs and execute when our backs are against the line. So overall, we just didn't get it done.
I would say the best word would be that we're hurting right now. We're not down. When I walked out of the locker room, there are guys that are in a good way fired up. Like they want to step back on the football field right now, and they want to fix the mistakes.
The Bulldogs will get another chance against the Pac-12, where the atmosphere, the noise, will likely be similar to what it was today.
I mean, it's loud, and there's a lot of communication you're trying to have, and that the hard part is you're trying to stay calm, and just the guys I thought did a great job of just staying composed and poised.
The official attendance today at Autzen Stadium was 43,276. Jake Haener passed for 298 yards, 2 yards shy of potentially his 5th consecutive 300-yard passing game. Also of note, an undisclosed Silva did not make the trip due to an undisclosed injury, so backup kicker Abraham Montano handled the kicking duties. He was 3 for 3 on field goals. At Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, I'm Andrew Martin for Sports Central. Julia, back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. Today was a big day for the Central Valley. Former San Joaquin Memorial star and this year's second overall draft pick, Jalen Green, held his first annual basketball camp held at Clovis North. He also brought his Houston Rockets teammate and fellow first-rounder Josh Christopher. Hundreds of kids signed up, and they learned some skills and walk away with some pretty cool swag as well.
It means a lot to come out here, get back to the community. I know there's a lot of basketball fans in Fresno, so I know they look up to me and stuff like that, so it just feels good to come back and get back.
When I was younger growing up, I lived in like a small desert in Lancaster, almost just like this, so I'm one of these kids too, just a little bit older, so we're relatable, you know, we're human, and we were just one of them a couple years ago, so it's just all love.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. Also, the Dodgers beat the Giants tonight 6-1 and are tied again for first place in the NL West. We'll be right back.
Emmy Award-winning ksee 24 News is local news that matters.
Welcome to California Scoop.
The underwater world can be yours to explore. Let California Scuba Center make it happen. Come in now to sign up for August scuba classes in a heated pool or reserve a spot for our Labor Day weekend trip to San Diego. Log on to Clovis Adult Education for fall open water diving classes. Veterans, let the GI Bill pay for you and your family's scuba diving certifications. California Scuba Center, where everything's scuba.
Your diving adventure begins here.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
For every storm
and disaster that threatens my community,
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Let's honor moral principles. ksee 24, the Better Business Bureau, and the Ethics Center are proud to honor local professionals at the Celebration of Ethical Leadership. September 8th here on ksee 24. Let's celebrate with Fresno State, Donald P. Dick, and ksee 24.
Since the Garcias switched to Xfinity Mobile and got unlimited for just $30 a month, their family's more connected. Look at Clara talking about the savings she can get with Xfinity Mobile. And Diego and his dad streaming their games thanks to the fastest, most reliable network with 5G included.
Hey, Becky, what's with the G?
The G, it's for 5G. Xfinity Internet customers, add Xfinity Mobile and save hundreds on your wireless bill. Get unlimited now for $30 a month per line.
Stay informed with the latest local news on Facebook.
ksee 24 wants you to get important information in your news feed.
So like and follow our page, then click following and select See First.
Now you'll get local news that matters with ksee 24 News on Facebook.
This is ksee 24 News at 11.
Remember, it's still beautiful here, and what we all say to each other is, hey, we're still here.
Still here and stronger than ever. The mountain community coming together this weekend on the one-year anniversary of the devastating milestone for people here. It's a painful milestone for people who lost their homes and businesses, but it was also a day to celebrate how far the community has come. Our Adrian Thomas spent the day in Shaver Lake at the One Year Stronger event.
It's been 1 year exactly since the Creek Fire began in the mountains of Fresno and Madera counties. Almost 380,000 acres burned and more than 850 homes and buildings were destroyed. On Saturday, the community came together in Shaver Lake to celebrate the strength of all who survived the fire. Howard Hendricks was a 15-year resident of Pine Ridge and lost his home just 3 days after the fire started. For him, the 1 Year Stronger event brought mixed emotions.
It's bittersweet because it's the anniversary of when we lost our home to the Creek Fire. But it's sweet because we see a lot of our neighbors, a lot of our friends. We had a community.
Howard says during the first few days of the fire, he and his neighbors kept each other informed on the worsening situation until a mandatory evacuation order was issued for Pine Ridge. This is what was left of Howard's home along Cressman Road after the Creek Fire burned through the area.
When the mandatory came in early on Sunday afternoon, we got the news to everyone. Everyone left. Monday, our house burned. The houses in our area in Pine Pine Ridge burned 66 out of 88 homes.
But for Howard and hundreds of others, groups like the Creek Fire Recovery Collaborative have helped those who lost their homes bounce back, from finding housing to mental health and financial assistance.
If you come to us, we do an intake, and then we can make sure that you are connected with the various organizations that can help in the specific needs that those people have.
The One Year Stronger event also a fresh start for local vendors and artists.
Any little tiny act of kindness means so much more when you're, kind of destitute and alone. It's really nice to have a community that'll come together like this and support each other.
While it may take some time for the Creek Fire burn scar to fade, the Shaver Lake community continues to persevere and lift one another up.
Remember, it's still beautiful here, and what we all say to each other is, hey, we're still here.
In Shaver Lake, Adrian Thomas, KC24, local news that matters.
It's hard to believe it's been 1 year since the Creek Fire started, and there are still many people in need. If you want to help, go to creekfirerecovery.com. We'll be right back.
Allard's Art is your local source for all of your drawing and painting needs, from blank canvas to professional framing, plus the Valley's largest assortment of fine pins. Allard's Art on Blackstone and Barstow.
For more information on this business, go to yourcentralvalley.com and click on Central Valley Local.
Darkside Window Tinting does more than just auto glass. We offer the same advantages to homes and businesses too. Reduced heat, more privacy, and impact-resistant film that keeps shattered glass together. Darkside Window Tinting. Affordable, reliable, professional.
Gavin Newsom's report card. Education, 41st in the nation. Gasoline, highest in the nation. Sales tax, highest in the nation. Income tax, highest in the nation. Homeless, highest in the nation. It's time for a change, because returning Gavin Newsom to office again and again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Ad paid for by Elder for Governor 2021.
The best sale of the year is on at Sleepmore. Inside, more furniture for less.
During our Labor Day sale, you'll save up to $800 on our top-of-the-line premium adjustable mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster.
You'll also get 84 months interest-free financing.
Get the well-deserved rest you've been looking for with incredible savings.
Visit Sleepmore to test rest your new mattress at a great discount today.
For millions of people in America, a daily meal is a choice between food and other crucial needs, like medicine, electricity, or childcare. How will you choose to end hunger?
Darkside Window Tinting does more than just auto glass. We offer the same advantages to homes and businesses too. Reduced heat, more privacy, and impact-resistant film that keeps shattered glass together. Darkside Window Tinting. Affordable, reliable, professional.
Today, an event in Fresno celebrated real-life superheroes, big and small, like children battling cancer and our first responders. The 4th annual Heroes Fest was a Hawaiian-themed event this year, raising money for the children's cancer charity Project Wish Upon a Star.
So what we do here sends at least one child to LA Comic-Con as a superhero. So we take the whole family, put them up for a hotel, we pay for everything, and we turn the entire family, not just the patient, but the entire family into superheroes.
Heroes Fest was canceled last year because of COVID, but they were happy to be back this year with a big turnout from across the state. And on this National Wildlife Day, we want to give you an update on 2 bear cubs that were rescued from Tulare County. These cuties are now at the San Diego Humane Society being cared for by the skilled wildlife team there. They think the cubs are around 6 months old. They were spotted last month in Tulare County without their mother and getting too close to humans, even being hand-fed. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife brought them to San Diego on August 18th. They're now growing and practicing their natural skills. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.